Welcome to Doing Life Radio. My name is Sam.
And I'm Joyce. We're a married couple living in South Jersey, talking about all things life with a special focus on food, fitness, and faith.
And today's focus is on keto-ish.
Yeah, so we're talking lazy keto or dirty keto or keto on the go.
Or mito. You have to listen to find out what that one's all about. We're also talking about our favorite places to get water. Not bottled water, but tap water. And we're going down that route too. But you got to listen to find out more information.
Yeah, it's basically, we're talking today about when you've got terrible options, what do you do?
Make the best of that local gas station.
That's it.
All right, stay tuned, share it. We're looking forward to sharing this with you. Okay, welcome back to another episode of Doing Life Radio. And today we're talking about something a little bit different.
Yeah, we're talking keto on the go.
Keto on the go, a.k.a. dirty keto, a.k.a. lazy keto.
Yeah, it could be considered that. Some people who do lazy keto or dirty keto, depending on, where you are, different parts of America call it different things. There are people who really just try and stay under maybe 20 net carbs, try and keep it really low carb, but they're maybe not really strict with everything else. They just want to kind of stay low carb for weight loss. They kind of have a reputation. Your lazy keto people have a reputation for not really being health conscious at all, just being weight conscious. So that's why we call them lazy keto, because they're not really doing all the work, but they're doing the low carb, and that's what really keeps you at a weight loss.
Now, is this like the equivalent to say like a vegan or a vegetarian who
eats candy bars,
dabbles in spam or something like that?
Oh, no. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know about that. But so that's basically what we're talking about, is more keto on the go, which can be translated as lazy keto. But I do want to preference this by saying we're not recommending this. We're just saying there are times when you are out of the house and you don't have food with you and you have to adapt to your environment, and fast food might be your only option. So we're giving you some great options when you have limited, maybe even bad options, but you can always make a better choice.
Yeah, and we're getting into the time of the year now too where people are starting to take more trips.
Exactly.
Summer's right around the bend. South Jersey, the shore, everyone's hitting up the shore, and I'm sure the shore hasn't yet caught up to the keto trend.
No, but there's some good options out there.
Okay, so that's where we're heading down, right? Trying to figure out these options on the go.
So a lot of times, you want to make good choices, and I hear a lot like, oh, Joyce, I would love to do keto like you do, but I don't have time to meal prep, and I don't have time to do this and to do that. And
by the way, Joyce, I would love to do keto like you do. I definitely am a bit more wayward on my things.
I've got to keep him on the straight and narrow.
Trying to reel it in.
But the truth of the matter is I don't always have time either, and a lot of times I'm stuck with limited options too. But I've learned to adapt and make the best choice I can. And sometimes I make a terrible choice and I just say, you know what, today wasn't a great day. Tomorrow I'm going to do better. And, that's the end of it. You can't beat yourself up. There's no like food shaming here. None of that's going to happen.
Yeah, no, and we talked about it in the previous podcast. Like we're okay to live life. Like we're okay making those choices and those decisions.
But you can't do that every day.
No.
Today I'm at McDonald's, so I'm going to live it up. Tomorrow, you know what I mean?
Well, so the other day we were together with a group of friends, and we were responsible for the meal, and they made desserts, and so our meal was pretty keto. At least
at least keto. What we ate was keto.
Correct, it was keto, but the desserts weren't necessarily keto.
No, and I was looking forward to it all.
Yeah, because we had friends, and we prepped for it, so we're ready going into it. And I felt it last night when I was ready to sleep. Man, that sugar.
Oh, it
hit me in
so
a very
good.
unique way. I wasn't ready for it.
Banana pudding, and we had a lemon blueberry cake. It was killer. Anyway.
So we jumped off. That is anti-keto. We jumped completely off the train on that one.
But we knew we were going
we were
to for that
for it before,
day, and we were
after.
pretty good.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the topic at hand. We are talking lazy keto or keto on the go. So I was looking into some options. There's the basic fast food, Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, those sort of places. Not great options.
That's what I was going to say. Is there even an option in those places?
So any of those places, you could get a burger with cheese, no bun, No fries, no potatoes, maybe a side salad. I would say the best choice if you're stuck in a situation like that would be Wendy's. If you have a Wendy's, that's always going to be your best choice. If you get the bacon cheeseburger with no bun, which is, I think it's a pretty substantial
Yeah, it's a big,
amount of food. That's 2 net carbs. So that's pretty good bang for your buck. Now, it's probably not super nutritious. It's probably not super healthy, but it will fill your stomach and it won't, make you feel like you really overdid your carbs.
Right.
You can always get a side salad. I have never done this because I just learned this, but you can ask instead of croutons at Wendy's to get little Parmesan crisps, and those are 0 net
Oh,
carbs.
yeah, you were so excited to show that to
I
me.
couldn't believe it because I buy Parm crisps at the store. They're delicious. Makes you feel like you're eating chips. It's
A little bit,
crunchy.
yep.
So yeah, I saw that on a keto site, and my mind was blown. I didn't know I could have been asking for them this whole time. So yeah, from now on at Wendy's, I'll be asking for the Parm crisps. So yeah, I would say a side salad, a bacon cheeseburger, probably at any fast food restaurant you could do something like that.
I know I took a trip down to Atlanta with my brother, and we were hitting up, we want to hit up all the local joints, restaurants, and stuff like
Yeah,
that. The
we do
easiest
like to
thing,
do that.
right? The easiest thing for me to do is just eliminate the bun, eliminate the obvious. Like,
Yep.
okay, so I knew the bun, the wrap, or whatever. Like, I knew these kind of
Get rid of
things.
that.
Got to a burger joint and said, "Can I get that with a lettuce wrap on it?" And since we're in the South, and I guess the South is not as keto conscious, she looks at me. She's like, "Huh?" Like,
I can't believe that because
what?
everyone will do that for you. That's
She gave me this look like it was like I was like taking off my shirt. Like,
yeah,
she just gave me this awkward look. I said, "Can you just give me more lettuce on the side and leave the bun away and give me more lettuce?" And
so you
that
wrapped it
worked out
yourself.
there. Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that's a very common request. We ask for that all the time, and they
That's
wrap
all-
it up in
Right, but
lettuce for us.
if
It's
you're
no
going into
problem.
a local like divey kind of barbecue joint, I guess that's not.
They're not having it, I guess. You got to wrap it yourself.
No, but the barbecue was really good.
Yeah, that's another point I was going to say is steer clear of sauces. So anytime like chicken is cooked in like a sauce, you want to nope. Don't do that. The barbecue sauce, the ketchups, their homemade dressings, whatever. All of that is full of sugar,
Like
tomato
the first
sauce.
or second ingredient is sugar.
Always.
Almost always, yeah.
Yeah, so you really want to keep it as kind of clean as you can. I mean, we're talking fast food, but just do your best. Usually the cheese is going to give you plenty of flavor. So bacon cheeseburger, what do you need to put on that? Pickles, that would be delicious, but that's about all you need.
That depends on. I like my pickles on the side, not on the sandwich.
Oh, speaking of pickles, so this one chain, it's called Jimmy John's. They have figured out what we low carbers want.
Okay.
They have
I
really
know what you're
jumped
talking
on the
about.
bandwagon.
I
They're
don't
so
know.
smart. So they now have a sandwich called an unwich. So un as in no bread, and they take a big old dill pickle and they like scoop out the seeds and they stuff it full of all of your cold cuts and your lettuce and tomato, and it's crunchy and it's huge and it just makes you feel like you're eating a big old sub.
So instead of bread, it's pickle.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess for dill pickle lovers, that's great and all, but I
I
like
am a
my
dill
pickles on the
pickle
side. I don't
lover.
like it mixed in with it. All I can see is like the juice running all over the ham and the salami and all the meats and all
I
that kind
thought
of
that
stuff.
was
I'm like,
such a great idea. I
Oh,
think I'm going to
no.
go to the deli and just buy great big pickles and make them myself. So smart. What a
hard
great
pass.
idea.
Hard
But I
pass.
don't know what they're doing as far as putting sauces and stuff. Just be cautious of
they're
that.
probably doing the
I
exact
would
same
just
thing.
say, just give me the pickle and the cold cuts. Hold all of the sauce unless you are familiar with it. Also, Google. We'll be, going through a drive-through, and real quick, I'll Google like low carb dressing at Chick-fil-A. Boom, get the full fat ranch. Only has 2 grams per serving. It gives you to you like that, and
What a different world we're living
yes,
in.
take advantage
now.
of that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
so
all the time. Don't you think when we go through a drive-through, I'm like, on my phone, quick,
We're
keto
always
options at blah blah blah, and
Yeah.
it pops up instantly. You know what to order. So yeah, Jimmy John's, let's see, they have the Beach Club Unwich. That one's only 6 net carbs for the whole big sub. So that's a great option. Wendy's is not a terrible option.
So, I mean, Jimmy John's isn't all that regularly available. So, like, it's not, it's only here
No.
and there.
Yeah.
But a Wendy's is probably
They're
more
everywhere.
of a trend.
Yeah, and the
to
other
lean
ones
towards.
as well you can do. I just find Wendy's to be a little bit better
I guess
than
we're falling in the good, better, best kind of scenario.
Right.
Where you're
In-
not going to find, like,
This isn't Whole Foods, this
right, yeah.
episode. Nothing here is like your highly recommended diet. This is like
This
you're
is a
stuck,
what-if scenario.
You're on the road. what can I get that isn't going to totally blow my macros this week, right? So
And we learned earlier, let's rehash the
Okay.
macro micros
Okay, so your
briefly.
macronutrients, you should be about 70% fat, about 25% protein, and about 5% carbs. So that's where your macronutrients roughly should be. I mean, everyone's body's different. Everyone's going to be slightly, varying depending on if they're trying to build muscle, lose weight, whatever. But that's a rough generalization. Most people want to keep their carbs 5 or under if they're doing some sort of a low carb diet, like a keto diet. So
Right. And you had mentioned there's an app where they can keep track of all that.
yes. And even with the apps, I get this question a lot. Like I downloaded 2 different apps and they gave me 2 different recommendations. And I look at them, I'm like, okay, yes, that's true. But they're not like so far off that it's mind blowing. Just
Right.
pick one app that you like to track with and stick with it. If you find that one's not working, great, switch to another one. But every app you download will give you slightly different breakdowns. And it's really not a big deal because you have to tweak it to your own body. Some people find they
Right.
do really well with lots of fat. Other people, that's hard on their digestion and they have to kind of tone that down a little bit. So this isn't like, the Bible, your app. It's a nice guide point.
Yeah, you'd like to think all the Bible apps are using the same verbiage and words and numbers and everything like that. Yeah, but you find one and stick to it. Like, you don't need
Yes.
to download a dozen of them. You just get the good one and
Exactly.
roll with that. Okay, so that's just kind of rehashing the macros, the
Macronutrients.
micro machines, macronutrients. So that's
Okay.
what we're trying to figure out.
So let's talk Chick-fil-A, the holy grail of fast food, because
we're
don't care
treading
who
on
you
dangerous
are.
ground here.
everyone loves them some Chick-fil-A.
Everyone loves Chick-fil-A, like whether you admit it or not.
Yep. You might be a closet Chick-fil-A lover, but we know you like it because I don't know what they do to that chicken. I don't even like chicken so much, but Chick-fil-A any day, just
And
that's what I
anytime we
want.
ask the kids, where do you want to go out to eat?
Chick-fil-A.
Wide open options. Anywhere you want to go.
Lobster
Chick-fil-A.
and steak, nope,
Nope,
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. They want to go Chick-fil-A. They want waffle fries. They want the sandwich. They know exactly what they're going to order. So we're going to Chick-fil-A.
So that was the hardest transition for me because there are certain restaurants where you have your meal. And I was a number one deluxe. I want the pickle, the whole shebang. I wanted the fried chicken and the bread. So I
the
was
waffle
kind of
fries.
like, and the
Don't
waffle
forget the
fries.
waffle
Yeah. So
fries.
I was like, I'm going to be keto except for Chick-fil-A day. Then I'm going to get my meal because that's what you get at
Well,
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A takes a day off in the week, so that's already one day that you're keto
Can't go on
approved
Sunday,
there,
so
so now you got to pick one other
And
day.
the Lord blesses Chick-fil-A probably more so than any other food.
Yeah.
So I felt like this is okay to do. But no, there did come a time where I was like, okay, I can't be getting this meal at Chick-fil-A. Maybe like for my birthday I will, but this is not going to be.
It's so
like,
special. I got a
it's
Chick-fil-A
so
sandwich.
good. I love Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is not sponsoring this episode, I promise. Okay, so no, we finally made the leap. Sam made it much sooner than I did to the grilled chicken at Chick-fil-A, and it's good.
Yeah, no, the grilled. I get the 12-count grilled nuggets because that's what I love. Now, here's the difficulty: their sauces.
You can't do the sauces. Well, I
That's
think the
where
buffalo
things-
one you might be able
There was
to.
there was the one sauce I think we went. It might have been the buffalo
I think it's
one
the
that-
buffalo that's okay
right.
on
But,
keto.
Man, you got to have the Chick-fil-A sauce. You got to have the barbecue sauce.
Well, the
that
ranch
stuff is
dressing,
so
if you're
good.
going to do like a salad with the grilled nuggets, is only 2 grams of carbs. So that's not bad. So 8 grilled nuggets is 2 grams of carbs. And then if you have your dressing, that's another 2 grams of carbs. You could probably throw in a couple of carbs in for, your veggies that are in the salad. So it's
The couple
it's
fries you're
not
gonna
an
steal from the kids.
all-around bad deal. I can't steal the fries from the kids because I can't stop it to. So I can't do it.
Yeah, that's probably the hardest thing is like our biggest transition in the diet was moving away from those starchy foods like the corn and the potatoes because I could eat potatoes any way, shape, or form. I love that. And then now fries, I have no problem with fries. Those waffle fries,
They're killer. They're
they're
delicious.
on another plane, another world. So Chick-fil-A, there are some great options. They have their salads. They have the grilled
nuggets.
chicken.
They have the Cobb salad. Hold the corn. We don't want the corn. Swap out the fried chicken for the grilled chicken and get the full fat fat ranch dressing. All around good keto meal.
Yeah, that's actually probably a really good.
Oh, and my favorite beverage on keto I actually get from Chick-fil-A. And I try not to be a pain, but
Please say
sometimes
milkshake. Please say
sometimes
milkshake.
you have
Please
to
say
be high
milkshake.
maintenance. No, not milkshake, of course. So I don't really care for unsweet tea, but I ask for at least half. Sometimes if I'm really being a pain, I'll ask for 3/4 full of sweet tea and then fill the rest of the way with the diet lemonade. And that's sweetened with Splenda. Not the best choice, but not the worst choice. That's why I only have them do a little bit of it. And then I watch them to make sure they're actually getting the unsweet tea and actually getting the diet
little
lemonade.
16-year-old
Because
girl who's trying to accommodate
on
my
occasion
highly
they
specific
try
order.
to sugar me up. I don't know why.
That's 5/8, not 3/4. Got back that off, little girl. Come here.
I can be a little picky with my beverage, yes. But that is so good. Take my word for it. Next time you go to Chick-fil-A, get half unsweet iced tea, half diet lemonade.
That's an Arnold Palmer. That's what it is. It's half sweet tea, half lemonade.
But I'm not getting sweet tea. I'm getting unsweet.
Oh, well, you just said sweet tea.
No sugar, no sugar.
how much
half
I pay attention.
unsweet tea.
So you get your sweet from the lemonade.
I get my sweet from the
ironically.
diet lemonade.
Yeah, and their diet lemonade has got a little kick
It's
to it.
really
It's a
sweet.
little tart.
That's why you have to dilute it with the unsweet tea.
Compared to their
It's
lemonade, the
way
diet lemonade
sweet.
is tart.
Yeah.
Like, whew, okay.
Yeah, that's a delicious beverage right there. That's got, I guess, no carbs. I don't know. Are there carbs in Splenda? I don't think so.
I have no idea.
Probably
You're the
low,
expert.
probably
not
no
me.
carb. Anyway.
So there's some drink options for that.
Yeah.
So Chick-fil-A on the go, that's probably the easiest thing.
Everywhere
that you could say
else,
to everyone.
of course, stick with water. I guess diet soda. I hate diet soda. I think it's disgusting. It's terrible for you.
Oh, it's got some really bad stuff.
But
in it.
yes, there's no carbs.
Or
So
man up and get the unsweet iced tea. Like, go for it.
okay, you could do that too. That's totally fine.
That's
on
right.
Keto.
That's right. And that's keto approved. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So get the unsweet tea and just grin and bear it. You'll figure it out sooner or later. You'll
Whatever.
learn to love it.
Okay. Another good option I think is Subway.
Subway, eat fresh.
Subway Eat Fresh, because you can just get whatever sandwich you like and have them turn into a salad instead of having the bread.
Oh, really? They do that?
Yep, they'll just give you like a salad base, like the greens, and then you can add on your cold cuts. Again, be careful of the sauces. I know that Southwest Chipotle sauce or whatever it is there is
yeah.
delish, but I don't know what's
That
in
is
it, and I
good.
bet it's full of sugar.
Probably everything. If you love it.
It's full of sugar.
So I'm guessing Subway will also just like make the sandwich naked, like put all the things, like say you want to get like
Yeah,
salami
I'm
ham
sure.
rolls, and so that's kind of like the cheese roll and everything like that. The lettuce all wrapped. I guess if you're gonna get lettuce, you
Might as well put it over a salad.
Yeah.
It makes it more
Are they gonna
like
cut it up for you?
substantial.
Do they do that? They cut up the meats and stuff.
I would guess that they do, like
Yeah.
make it like a chopped salad.
Guess all depends on where you go.
Yeah. And even getting maybe tuna over it wouldn't be so bad. I would be cautious of getting like the chickens that are like in sauces. Anything that's in a sauce, you really have to be careful. I would definitely ask for nutritional information if you can't find it on their website before you delve into sauces. Sauces are never a go. It's never a good idea.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
How about our all-time favorite stop, where we stop probably on a daily basis, although I'm trying to back it up a little bit?
Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, I actually have my my
I
afternoon iced
know
coffee
America
right here.
runs on Dunkin'.
Notice the color; it's a little dark.
For sure, the Rimple household runs on Dunkin'. We do love us
We
Dunkin'
don't run
Donuts.
on Dunkin' the way a lot of people run on Dunkin' anymore.
No, we've really toned it down. I mean, we don't do donuts or anything like that from Dunkin', but we will occasionally, I will at least occasionally get breakfast from Dunkin' Donuts. And you can pretty much order any breakfast sandwich you want, just no bread. Because basically they have egg, they have, bacon or whatever meat you want, and then cheese. So those are all fine options. They are not really on the keto bandwagon. Every time I ask them for no bread, they look at me like I have two heads, where most restaurants are like, okay, yeah, this is what we're doing now. She's on that crazy diet. Dunkin' Donuts, for some reason, is completely confused. Sometimes the language barrier can be a little rough, and I'll just order the sandwich and throw out the bread.
Take care of the bread yourself.
Because, sometimes it's not even worth saying 3 times, I don't want the bagel. So, you can basically get a breakfast sandwich, hold the bread, and then you can get your coffee. their sugar-free options at Dunkin' aren't really super great.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Yeah,
They
so
aren't.
I typically will just ask for one pump of caramel in mine, and I'm sure that's not a great option. I probably should have looked up what the carb count of that is, but truth be told, I don't really want to know. I figure they usually give you at least three. I'm only asking for one. Sometimes I'll even ask for a half because, like I said, with drinks, I can be a little high maintenance. And then their cream options aren't great. So you just drink your coffee black. So that's fantastic. And
black.
that's what I would recommend. I just don't enjoy coffee black. So I'd rather not get it at all than drink it black.
Right.
So they do half and half there, which is okay. It's not a terrible option. Heavy cream would be your better option because there's no carbs or maybe a carb, depending on how much, where half and half does have carbs in it. So I will ask them for a little cream. You have to really specify a little bit of cream.
And use finger measurements because that's generally the
Yeah.
the way. And it doesn't matter who's working, where you're going at. If you say a little, your definition of a little
Yeah.
is not their definition of a little.
Yeah,
So you wanna
sometimes I'm
have
even like really easy on the cream, just a splash, and then you'll get,
If you have to ask, you've already put in too much.
yeah. But we really love Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, it's well, especially I got onto their iced coffee. I mean, almost every afternoon I'm getting an iced coffee from them. So that maybe not the greatest habit I've gotten into, but to drop that off. So we love Dunkin' Donuts. But you also used to get they had the egg white wraps or something like that.
Well, they have
that?
the wake up wraps, which I will get without the wrap,
Okay.
which is a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I thought they had like the full egg white stuff.
I don't
I
know.
wrong?
I used to do that before I was keto. They had these like multi-grain breakfast.
probably
I
what
don't
it
even know
was.
what that is, but yeah, I don't do that anymore. That was a while ago. I'm surprised you remember that.
I pay attention to you, love.
guess
Believe
you
it or
must.
not. Yeah.
Probably a better option is Starbucks, although we don't
What?
love Starbucks, but we don't not like
Oh
Starbucks.
no, I
We
love some of their drinks.
Some of
yeah,
their
for
drinks
sure.
are wonderful. Back when I was a latte drinker, I loved Starbucks, but I try not to do lattes
Back in
anymore.
my latte days.
Not to say I never get a latte. If we're on a trip or something, that's
Well,
like
yeah.
my treat in the morning. I really, really enjoy a latte, but I try not. That can't be an everyday thing. It can't be an every week thing. That's got to be a treat thing. There's just a lot of carbs in a latte.
I think that's part of the process too, as far as like dirty or lazy keto is it's a treat. Like we
Right.
need to, and not, okay, I'm going to treat myself today and next time I'm going to treat myself today. It's got to be a selective treat. Like we were kind of mentally, physically planning that we knew we are going to have this meal on Sunday. We're going to have desserts. We're going to have more sugar than our body has had
yeah. So
in
we
a long
pulled
time.
back a couple days ahead of
So
time.
you start to plan accordingly. Again, we're not living a life where we're like totally neglecting ourselves of these things, and
No.
it's social, so we wanted to be able to enjoy it, and the friends made it with the intent of sharing it with us, so
Yeah.
we want to go down that road. I think the mentality is, okay, I'm on the road, I can't do everything perfect now, I may have to recalibrate or prepare myself going into it, prepare myself coming out of it, but enjoy the moment.
Yeah, and make the best choices that you can.
Good, better, best. Yeah.
So yeah, Starbucks is a pretty good option. They do have heavy cream that you can put in your coffee, which is wonderful. I will give you a tip. Tell them be very light on my heavy whipping cream, or they will give you like a quarter cup or a half a cup of heavy whip. Like I just see them pouring it in. I'm like, whoa.
Excuse me, Mr. 17-year-old barista.
I cannot have all that cream. Why do you think everyone is so young? Adults work these jobs too.
I have no idea.
Have some
I
respect.
think it's because the older I get, the younger, all this
everyone
food
looks.
service people get. I'm just
Okay.
looking at these little kids staring up at me like, what do you want?
Yeah, I will get the heavy whipping cream. I like the blonde roast coffee at Starbucks. I really don't love plain Starbucks coffee. It almost tastes burnt to me. But
Yeah, their dark roast has a little bit of a bite
their
to it.
blonde coffee, I enjoy that a lot. So I'll get that with the heavy cream. Their sugar-free syrups, I do like. I think they're very good, especially compared to Dunkin' Donuts. They only have two to choose from, vanilla and a cinnamon. I think it's a cinnamon dolce. I like the vanilla one. So my typical drinks, I'll just ask for a grande, blonde roast coffee, light on the heavy whipping cream, and one, maybe two pumps of the sugar-free vanilla syrup. That's my go-to coffee order at Starbucks.
They also have like the more sweetener options where they have the sugar packets. They also have the
Yes.
stevia packets. They have
Yeah, I think they have an erythritol blend, but it's
One's not
definitely.
it's monk fruit. Is that it, the
Oh,
other
do
one?
they have a monk
I think
fruit?
they have a monk fruit
We'll
option
check.
too.
It's the green packet,
Yep.
and that one has 0 carbs, 0 sugar. So that's your optimal choice if you're going to do the packets on your own, or if you're not going to get it sweetened at all, you want to sweeten it by yourself, go for the green packet. It's actually a pretty decent option. I tend to like snag up 1 or 2 of those on my way out because I'm always fixing coffee somewhere else where I'm like, oh, I wish I had one of those packets.
Yeah.
So I figure if I spend $6 on my coffee, I can take 2
You
packets out the door with
take
me.
an extra pack for down the road.
That's
when
right.
you're buying that cheap free coffee from somewhere.
And they have these egg bites at Starbucks. They're really delicious. They have several options, but the best option for keto is it's a bacon and cheese, but I think the cheese is a weird name. It's like bacon and guru or something like that. I always just say, give me the bacon and cheese, and then I point to it. But it's the only one that has bacon, so they know which one I'm talking about. That is a really nice option. It's 2 egg bites, so there's no bread or anything. They're like, I don't know how to describe them, but other than to say they're egg bites. But there's 20 grams of fat per serving, 19 grams of protein, 9 carbs. So it's not terrible, 9 grams of carbs, but that's not for every day. And then only 2 grams of sugar. So it's an okay option. So a lot of times if I'm on the road and I need to stop for breakfast or maybe lunch, I'll stop at a Starbucks. I'll get the bacon and cheese egg bites with the coffee that I just described. Depending on how much heavy cream they put in it, that might give me another carb. So that's a 10 carb meal. So it's okay. I'm allowed 20 a day. So I probably don't want to use up half of them on only one meal, especially a small meal like that. But
Right.
it's an okay option when you're on the road. And I enjoy it. And I always ask for Avente ice water because I don't know what they filter out their water special at Starbucks. And for some reason, I really love their water. It just tastes so clean and fresh.
Just their water?
Plain ice water. Plus, you should be drinking so much more water than you are. I don't know who you are out there, but you need to be drinking more water.
Yeah, add another glass
So
or
I
two.
do, when I order coffee, even at Dunkin' Donuts, I'll also ask for an ice water as well. I'm not buying a bottled water every time I stop for something, but wherever you go, if you're ordering food, they will give you ice water. So every time at Dunkin' or at Starbucks, I ask for an ice water as well because you try
Anything could be
to.
more pretentious than saying, "Oh, I prefer the ice water from Starbucks." Like we have this great, no, there's Starbucks. Starbucks water is the
No, I'll
best for
drink
me.
any water. I'll drink water out of the tap.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, you have to drink, you have to hydrate, especially if you're drinking coffee. That's dehydrating you. So you need to combat that with water. So don't be afraid to ask for water. Don't be afraid to be a little high maintenance with your ordering. That was probably the hardest thing for me because I don't
right.
want to like disturb you.
Yeah, no.
I don't want
Well, you
to
come
like,
from a service industry, so you're very sensitive to
I don't want to make your
things
life
that-
any harder.
right.
And I'm always super grateful. Like, I know this is going to be a pain, but would you mind giving me half unsweetened tea and, half this? And I'm so like, thank you so
Yeah.
much. I really appreciate it because I know it's a pain. I get it, but I am grateful.
Yeah, well, a lot of the places like they want like Starbucks or something like that.
Starbucks, you could be as high maintenance as
ready
you
to
want.
go.
They love it.
The Dunkin's a little bit different because
They're just
typically
confused.
more
That's all.
routine.
They're happy
confused.
to help you. They just don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. They don't know exactly what
Yeah.
you're looking for. In a lot of different places, they're totally fine with changing out. But I am impressed with the number of places you'll just drink their water from because I'll taste it. I'm like, oh, I can't.
You have to
even-
learn to drink water.
Well, yeah, with some of the water.
Honey, you're drinking the water in your unsweet iced tea. It's not like you're getting special water in your unsweet iced tea.
Right, but at least it's going through the tea bags, and the bags are taking out all the nasty. That's what I
They're-
assume. They're grabbing all the yuck and they're transferring the.
He went
tea
to school
flavor
in a
into it.
different state than I did.
Yeah, we didn't have to worry about our water.
Anyway, so a lot of times you're stuck even at a gas station or a
Oh,
Wawa.
yep.
Well, Wawa's not too bad, but
Well, you got a lot of
You
options,
do.
or sheets, or something like that. Yeah.
and I have found that these gas stations are really stepping up their game in the low carb option.
Mm-hmm.
You can almost at any gas station get hard boiled eggs, which is surprising to
Oh
me.
yeah, they come like little 2-packs.
Yeah, so hard-boiled eggs, always a great option. You can always get cheese sticks, like like string cheese or stuff like that. Great options. You can get little packets of nuts. You don't want nuts that are, you don't want the honey roasted or things that have sugar. But if you can just get plain almonds,
Can you get salted ones? Would be fine.
salted, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We're always saying you need to increase your salt intake if you're drinking more than enough water, because when you drink
And it
water all day
all comes back
long,
to water.
you can deplete yourself of electrolytes, so you need to replenish that with salt. So yeah, I love salted nuts.
But not
Pickles,
peanuts,
you can
right?
get pickles. What do you mean not peanuts?
Peanuts are good to go. For some reason, I
Yeah,
thought
I
like
mean,
peanuts are like
peanuts, the keto police will tell you that they're not big
that's where I heard it.
on peanuts, but as far as like your carb and as far as your macronutrients, it's fine. They can be a little like, as far as inflammation goes, peanuts aren't your best option. We try not to do peanuts because we have our son
son
who's
is
got a
allergic, right?
severe peanut allergy. They're not really healthy food, but it's fine. If you want to eat your peanuts and you're on the road, it's a
Yeah,
much
it's a
better
little bag
option
for the
than
gas
a
station. Better
Big
than
Mac. Yeah.
getting a slushy or something like
Yeah,
that.
we can hash out the keto police issues later. That this is not that show.
If it's a small enough bag, you can hide it away and
That's
they'll never
right.
see it.
Yeah,
You're only guilty if you get caught, right?
yeah. Now they're starting to make these string cheese options that have like salami around it or prosciutto. You know what I'm talking
yeah. I know.
about?
What you're talking- I haven't seen those.
I think they're
guess-
called Rotelli. Is that the brand? Something like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen it. You've got
They're
a couple of those,
delicious.
haven't
I love those. Now, when you're at a gas station and you're trying to eat low carb, you will pay for it.
you? Oh, it's so
Because you
jacked
can
up.
get like 2 breakfast sandwiches for 99 cents, all full of bagels and carbs, and will fill you up. I'm exaggerating, maybe not that cheap,
Right.
but pretty cheap.
But
and
you want
then
a stick of cheese? That's gonna be $4, please.
yeah, or a bag of nuts, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Quest bars, they're a great option at a gas station. They typically will have some sort of a low carb bar, like either a Quest bar or a Kind bar.
Kind bars, yeah, they have those.
Kind bars, I think, are roughly, I don't know, maybe 7 grams of carbs per bar, something around there. But it's basically nuts with
Just so basically, stay away from the bag of chips. Look for
Yes.
that. It's usually they bury these things between the chips and the candies. The
yeah, they're
50
kind of
cent
in the
candy
refrigerated section because you're going for, well, not the nuts, but if you're going
Right,
for the
right.
cheese or the egg.
Right, that's going to be over that way.
Pepperoni slices, those would be fine. Sometimes you can get even little blocks of cheese in a container.
Yeah, I know Wawa has that little pepperoni and cheese mix.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep, and now if it comes with sauce or anything like that, you want to ditch that.
no sauce.
No sauce. You can always get, like a pre-done salad or a thing of veggies. Again, you have to nix the sauce and the like pre-cut veggies. Unless it's like a full fat ranch, they might have that. That would be an okay option.
What about apples and a caramel dip? I've seen those options there.
Obviously, the caramel dip's a no-go. I'm
That was a
not a
setup. I
big
knew you were gonna
fruit
say no.
eater. I don't really like to waste my carbs on fruit. I know that sounds terrible, and not to say I never do, but if I do, it's going to be berries. Berries have the lowest carb content, and they have the highest nutrition per ounce. A lot of our fruits, I know it sounds crazy, but we've altered them so far from what they were originally that they're not even the fruit that our ancestors
By
ate.
we, you mean the man.
I mean the man.
The man
Yeah.
has
Yeah,
changed
we'll,
it up so
we'll
much.
talk about that because I get that question a lot. Like, well, they ate fruit in the Bible. Why aren't you eating fruit? And it's like, well, it's not that I never eat fruit, but the fruit that they ate is so far removed from the fruit that we're serving now. Like, if you look at the grocery store, everything is big and beautiful and luscious and it tastes like sugar. And this is not what our ancestors were eating.
Right.
It's been so far removed. So, no, I'm not really eating fruit. And no, I'm not going to change that. But I will occasionally. It's not like I'm totally anti-fruit. It's
Right.
just not part of my daily diet, and I don't miss it at all.
You're going to pick your battle, right? You're going to pick, like, if you're going to go off the rail a little bit, you're going to pick which direction you want to go. And
Well, it depends. If I'm at a breakfast buffet and I have a choice between making a waffle or having a banana and peanut butter, I'm going to have the banana and peanut butter. I enjoy a banana. I think it's delicious, but I'm not going to have it every day of my life.
again, the keto police would get after us for that banana, right?
The keto police probably would, but the lazy keto would be like, right on, girl, enjoy your banana.
And we love the lazy keto people. That's where. So let's take so these are kind of your basic options: Jimmy John's, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, Subway, gas station food. But we're South Jersey. We're going down the shore. Not all these options are right there
Yeah.
on the boardwalk. Things get a lot more difficult when you hit the boardwalk because your options start to shrink down. You basically saltwater taffy, the chocolates, pizza. Everyone's got a pizza
Yeah.
option down there.
So I wouldn't completely write it off. You can probably get a salad anywhere you go. I think everyone has kind of
Yeah.
gotten on that bandwagon. I know gyros are huge on the boardwalk. I know that's probably not the correct way to say it.
Hero.
gyro, hero, however you say it, but the lamb sandwich and the delicious pita. It's a really good option. Obviously, you want to nix the pita. The lamb's probably fine. The cucumber sauce, not bad at all. I think there's like 2 grams of carbs in that cucumber sauce.
That's a
As
win.
long as they don't up it with sugar, which, just be careful where you get it. But even if they do, still better option
Right.
than, having funnel cake.
Oh, funnel cake. And then the
Yeah.
crab fries are down there. And then they got
Yeah.
the different flavored corns on the cob, like all that kind of stuff. Man, we got to hit the shore up for
You
some
just
food.
have to decide how you want to do the shore. There's going to be some days where we're like, we're going to go to the shore and we're going to eat and we're going to enjoy ourselves. And then but you can't do that every time you go to the shore if you're going once
Correct.
a week, which
Yeah.
we tend to go pretty often. So we can't treat ourselves every time we go to the shore. So you have to, one, don't be afraid to pack food. Put a cooler in your car.
Yep.
And then, you can always get a burger, nix the bun, get a gyro, nix the pita. There's salads everywhere. You can always get a salad.
So you gotta make the choice, decide before you go into it exactly how you're gonna do this thing, and don't just assume because you're walking up and down the boardwalk that's gonna compensate for everything. 'Cause
Yeah.
it doesn't work that way.
We're walking. It's going to be fine. No, you
Yeah,
can't
remember
walk off that many calories.
We had talked about it in a previous one about if you knew how much work you had to do to make up for
You
the
would never
burgers.
do it, yeah.
You would never in your life do that kind of thing.
Now, I
But
know there are people who will only eat the toppings of a pizza. They won't eat the pizza. I don't know that I'm that disciplined. Maybe for my second slice, I would be happy to just eat the topping. Maybe eat 1 slice of pizza and just the topping. But I don't know that. I think
Yeah.
I'm too cheap actually to buy a pizza and
yeah.
only eat the topping. If I'm being really honest.
right,
You know what I mean?
I pay for that breading. I'm gonna eat
Yeah,
that breading.
that's right.
And
Oh,
portion
wings.
control.
You can do wings. Wings are a great option on keto.
Oh yeah.
Get some buffalo
But again,
wings.
you're talking about the sauce. So you gotta be
Buffalo
really
sauce
careful.
isn't too bad.
Okay,
It's
buffalo's
really
the
when you're
exception.
talking
Barbecue
sauce is
teriyaki.
terrible. Teriyaki, things like that. They're just full of sugar. Generally speaking, the buffalo sauce, the hotter sauce, it's not too bad. Yeah. So, and then you can even dip in your ranch or your blue cheese because they're your full fat dressings. So yeah, go wings at the boardwalk. That's a great choice.
That's not a bad idea. But they had that one
No
place-
breading. Don't get breading.
That's what I was gonna
That'll
say, like-
totally hijack you.
Some of the easier things that get the breaded nuggets
to
and
be
stuff like
naked.
that have all the flavor.
Yeah.
So you got a bunch of sad naked chickens running around.
Yeah.
That's what you got to choose.
That's
to
it.
eat.
Sorry, folks.
So you got lots of different options to go out there, and everyone's going to find and discover. And if you have something that you've come across where you're like, this is a good option.
Yeah, let us know. We're always looking to try something new.
Yeah, and we're definitely looking to explore and expand. This is really our first summer that we're going into, or first travel season we're going into.
So we just
with
hit
this.
our 1 year mark of our
like a week ago.
new
Yeah.
lifestyle of eating well and exercising. But we weren't doing keto until about September. We were doing a different program, and then when summer came, we were like, we're taking the summer off, and we kind of did.
We took it air quotes off.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
we're
we
a little bit
weren't-
lighter on things.
We really took it easy in the summer because we knew we wanted to hit the ground running in September. And we started with keto in September. And I can say, I don't know, I don't want to speak for you, but I don't know that I would go off of keto. I really find it to be pretty easy, pretty flexible, and very enjoyable, very sustainable.
Yeah.
So I think, yes, we will definitely have cheat days this summer for sure. But I don't think we're going to be like, well, we're going to put a hold on keto and get back in September.
No.
Yeah, I think
We're-
it's pretty doable.
I think we're all in dirty keto. I think we could definitely say that we're all in on that.
Yeah, and we
we're
would like to be clean keto, but we're willing to say, you know what, today we're not home. We're going to just do what we have to do.
right. We're also, we want to enjoy the day. We have our children with us and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
we're
and our
very
children are
conscious of
not
them.
keto.
No, they aren't. And
People are very concerned about that for some reason.
Really?
So they are, yeah.
mind your own business, people.
No,
Is it those
no.
keto police again coming to
No,
get
the
us?
keto police, they think they should be, but there are people who just, they don't see it as a healthy lifestyle. I do see it as a healthy lifestyle, but I understand that not everyone does, and I respect other people's opinions. But our children are not keto. If they choose to be keto one day, that's
It'd be their choice.
totally
now,
fine.
We make our meatos. Our
Our metos are keto. No,
That's.
our meals are keto.
I think I
yes.
just coined something. A meto. That's a keto meal. I'm saving the option to that.
Okay.
So our meals, they eat keto when we eat keto like that.
Yeah.
When we go out to eat, we don't do anything.
But when they
like
go
that.
out to eat, they get the buns on their
They
burgers.
go all in.
They get
on
the fries.
All those things we're not supposed to do.
You know, they're 11 and they're 14. They have great metabolisms, and you know, we want them to enjoy their life. Now, we're not letting them get cake and soda, but we're letting them get the buns on their burger.
I should have taken a picture because today I took Tatton out. It's spring break. I took Tatton out for lunch. It was just him and I.
Yeah.
And he had 3 big honking slices of cheese pizza.
Oh my gosh.
And I had a salad from Salad
Good job.
Works. And I'm like, man, look at the difference like 26 years makes in a relationship. Like, man, I remember being that kid right there. They could pound those pizzas, not having any
and
problem.
while they were out to lunch, I was driving home from teaching a class in Atlantic City. So I'm in the car eating a Quest bar and my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. So
there you go.
You know, we were all on the road doing what you had to do.
On the go, doing those kind of things.
Yeah.
So if you have any on the road tips for us, please share them with us. Comment on it. Share this podcast out there. We're going to dive in the next few a little bit more into the keto style.
We're going to get pretty deep into keto the next few episodes.
Yeah, we got
we're going to talk about
clean
keto. We're going to talk about meal prepping. We're going to talk about dinners and breakfast options. And people just have really been interested in our keto lifestyle since we kind of put it out there. So we're going to give the people some information.
And I think we're pretty regular people doing keto. We're not
experts
in it for the weight loss either. Because
I mean, we are. We don't want to gain weight.
No, we don't want to gain weight, but I pretty much plateaued.
But we've plateaued.
Yeah,
okay, I see what you're
so
saying.
we're not doing it because we need to lose 15, 20 pounds. We're doing it because we want to add maybe 10, 15 years to our life. We want to add energy to our life. And I've already noticed the difference. I mean, I couldn't even finish my salad today, people. That's how old I'm getting. I guess I don't know what's going on. Hey, thanks for spending time with us. We'll talk to you next time.
Keto on.